Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and today we are going to be making this super quick, cute little card that I'm going to be saving for my dad's birthday. It's right around the corner, and I thought I would teach you a couple of tricks along the way, so let's get started right away. This is going to be such a quick one. Really, you're going to be able to whip it out. We are going to be using the Bottles and Bubbles bundle. That is really hard to say fast. That uses the Bubble Over stamp set and the Bottles and Bubbles framelits. They actually coordinate, and they are currently, in the current catalog, they are bundled together. I want to say that it's in the Occasions catalog. But anyway, they are bundled together, and that means you save 10% when you get both of them. If you like both of them, it does have the two different size bottles. If you like both of them and you're going to get them anyway, be sure that you get them before June 1st, because as of June 1st, the new catalog starts, and these will be carried over. They will be available still, but they will no longer be bundled, so you will not save the extra 10%. And we want to stretch our crafting dollars. Okay, so let's get started right away. We will be using Smoky Slate cardstock. That is the base of our card here. We have two different sizes of Whisper White. We have a larger one and a smaller one. The larger one goes on the inside. The smaller one goes on the outside because we're going to layer that with a layer of Wild Wasabi. This color actually will not be continuing in the next catalog. It is retiring. So if you like this color, and I do, be sure that you stock up on it. Plus, you know that I just like to say Wild Wasabi. I think it's fun. Okay, so since we are going to layer those, we are going to have them smaller, and I will have the measurements here for you, so you'll be able to cut it pretty quickly. But let's go ahead and start here. We are going to go ahead and stamp the inside first, and just move that out of the way. That is May Your Day Bubble Over with Happiness. Because this is a photopolymer stamp set, we are going to be using our Stampin' Pierce mat. And it's a pretty important step if you are using photopolymer because there's no cushion and you want to make sure you get a good image. So we're also using Smoky Slate ink. You could also use the green, would be adorable here, actually. But we're going to go ahead and use Smoky Slate. So I am inking that up. And now I am going to just stamp it, eyeball it, and stamp and hold and count. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how we did. We did just fine. All right, that goes on the inside. So all the pressure's off. Let's go ahead and work on this panel. We're going to be using a couple different things on this panel to get started. We are going to, I'm going to just set that aside because that just gets glued straight on. This is our foil paper. Look at that. It could make you go blind. It is actually foil on one side and just paper on the other side. It's a little bit thick, and you can emboss on it. You can cut out of it. We're going to cut out of it too. We're going to use the framelits here and cut this bottle cap. This is the larger bottle cap. There's a large and small. You can see a couple different sizes. We're going to use this one here, and we're going to cut that out of foil too. But we're also going to use this piece right here and emboss it. To me, it looks like that playground metal. You know, that kind of, is it galvanized? I don't remember what it's called. Stamped metal in any case. And the folder that we are using is this one. And I don't remember its name. I want to say, yeah, I'm not even going to guess. I really don't remember its name, but I will post it here for you. We're going to use this one. Because this is not super dimensional and it doesn't have to be in a straight line, we're just going to stick it in there. You want to make sure that the brand and our logo is up. That way it will push the image upward. See, this is the side that will push up, and this is the side that will be the indent. So it'll go like this, and then that way it will poke up. Okay, that embosses. If you turned it over, it would deboss, right? And those would go in. But we want them to be up. So we're going to put it in like this and run it through our Big Shot. Once we've done that, we are actually going to have our finished piece look like this. Isn't that so fast? So fast and amazing. And that's going to just get glued on there. And since this is so easy, we're just going to go ahead and stamp our bubbles while we're working here. All right, so these bubbles are also stamped with the Smoky Slate. But then you see here How did I make them shiny? Okay, try not to look at how shiny that is. And you can see there's just a little bit of sparkle in the bubbles, because bubbles would do that, right? So what I did is I just kind of laid things out. And that way I knew where things were going to hit. So here would be the bottle. And I just want maybe 3 sets of bubbles. So I'm going to do one here. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to rotate it. Be sure that you rotate it so that you don't have exactly the same pattern of something. Okay. And again, this is just the Smoky Slate ink. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, so the bubbles come in the oh, we're going to need that one more time. The bubbles do come in the framelits here. So you could punch them out also, or you could just stamp them. I am just stamping them this time, but punched bubbles would be super adorable too. We're going to cut this out, and we're going to use the big bottle, and we're going to cut the bottle also out of the green. Now, because this base is a darker color, okay, and it's going to be covered, again, by this white piece. It's going to be covered by this white piece, and then it's going to have this on here. Who's going to know what I'm doing out of this piece? Nobody. So when I cut it, I'm going to cut it right out of the middle here. No one will ever know, and I have saved an extra piece of paper. So I'm going to go cut that out really quickly, right out of the middle of my panel, and I'll be right back. Actually, I'm not going anywhere. I already cut one out. And so I didn't do it out of this panel because I just was showing you that. But you could technically cut it out of there, and nobody would know. All right. So this is just going to get glued straight on there. It's done. This is almost done. This is almost done. We just need this little piece here. This little piece here is just one of these little guys here. And so I'm going to go ahead and stamp it and stick it on there. No problem. Let's go ahead and stamp it with the stamp that I misplaced. Oh, here it is. Jeez Louise. I am crazy. You guys, thanks for sticking with me. All right, I'm going to flip it over. Have a birthday brew. You know what? This is actually not really the shape that I want. It's too small. But anyway, if it were, it would, well, it can go right there. That will not be too bad. All right, I'm just going to use a little liquid glue on that. And stick it down. You could easily put a dimensional on here. I am going to have dimensionals in another place on here, so I didn't want to be too crazy. And I'm just going to do a super thin line here. And this is my die. Doesn't it? It looks like the cutout little image of the foil. There's the little foil there. I'm just going to stick that on here. And just hold my bottle cap on for a second. So when and hold it to my thumb. Oh, so funny. I'm so funny. Okay. So hold that on there for a second. All right. So with these little tiny dies, it is very easy for them to get misplaced or lost. And you absolutely don't want to do that, because if you lose those little bottle caps, you would be so super sad. So I do attach them here to a magnet sheet, but you can also use these. This is actually brilliant, by the way, and I use them for other stamp sets. I learned this trick from somebody else with the barn door, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to apply to so many. So these are the tabs that you get from Post-it notes that you can use on folders, and you can write on them stuff up here. I am going to stick it so that the cut side is away from this sticky, and then I'm just going to stick it on here. The next time I want to cut it, I could even cut it out of something that I just had a scrap of, right? Here's just a scrap of paper. If this were silver, I could just lay it right on there and it would stick to it, and then I could cut it out and it wouldn't be shifting around on my Big Shot. Okay, and then when I want to use it again, it's already on there. So easy to do, and that way you don't lose it. So that is your tip for the day. Okay, so I've got that done. I've got this done. Let's go ahead and stick it together. Let's see. This, oh, before I liquid glue this, by the way, I use this ribbon also. I love this ribbon, this metallic edged ribbon. We have it in 2 colors right now. We have it in this color, which is white with, oh, actually we have it in 3. We have it in white with silver, which is what this is. We have it in vanilla, base ribbon with gold edges. And then also in the silver, we have the Berry Burst ribbon, and that is great. That works really well. All right, so I'm going to use my glue dots here. I'm going to unroll them, and they're going to stick to everything for the rest of the day. My glue dots right here. All right, so to put glue dots on, don't try to peel them off with your hands and stick them on there. Just put them where you want them. I'm going to do one right there, and I'm going to do one right there. And you just touch your stuff to them, and then they come up right off. Okay, and now I'm just going to attach that on there. Like that. Wrap it around, attach that on there. So that's to the back side of my metal. If it is crooked, the beautiful thing is I can just lift it and move it a little bit. Okay, looks good. Now I can use my liquid glue. By the way, I was just taking big chances. Don't ever say I'm not a risk taker. I just left my lid off my liquid glue for more than a second and didn't have a big gluey mess, which is always a possibility. That glue, it dries pretty quickly and it sets pretty quickly, although it is a liquid. So it will clog a little bit. If it clogs, you can just pick that off like that and throw it away. Or if you guys have seen me use these before, this is a dental floss threader. I use them sometimes if I'm going to be threading ribbon through a buttonhole or something like that. They are the perfect size to stick into your glue here. Just doot, 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 and pull it out. Those can be thrown away so they won't stick to everything, and then your glue will flow again. So there's, look at me. I am just a wealth of knowledge today. Okay, and then this is going to be on dimensionals. So let's just grab some dimensionals. I'm going to use two. I'm going to use one at the bottom down here, and then I am going to use another one right up here, like that. And I'm going to throw those other parts onto the floor, which I did. Perfect. And now I'm going to go ahead and glue everything together. And I am going to use my liquid glue because I like it best. If you are a snail person, and there are snail people out there, that's fine. It really depends a lot on your climate. So some people like it, but some people think it doesn't really hold really well. It does actually hold really well in certain parts of the country. It just doesn't work so well for me. All right, and now I'm going to stick this on the front. Again with the liquid glue, and you'll see how little I'm putting on. That is plenty. That is plenty. So I think I talked to you about this. This is foil paper. So we are using the Smoky Slate, Wild Wasabi White, and foil paper. And I will list everything here along with the sizes for you. Hopefully I've done that for you already here. By the time you're seeing it, I'm hoping the sizes are on there for you. You want to... if you want to get any of this, again, you probably want to get it before the new catalog comes out, only because you are not going to be able to get it as a bundle afterward. All right, so it looks like it's done, right? Except it's missing something, and it really is missing it. If you can't really tell so much in the video, but it really does need that sparkle. So what I'm going to use is my clear Wink of Stella. And this is not a screw-off lid. It's just a pop-off lid. When you buy your Wink of Stella, while I'm coloring, I'm just going to color in my bubbles here. I'll talk to you. When you buy your Wink of Stella, it comes with kind of a little bit of a gasket right here. So you do have to unscrew it the first time. Take the little black ring out and then screw it back on. Throw that ring away. That is to protect it from not getting... See how it says push here? You don't really push very often. That is so that it doesn't get squished in shipment and then leak all over the place, and then you're out of Wink of Stella and everything in your world is sparkly for like a month. But when you do use it for the first time, a lot of people have trouble getting it started. It's because you left that black metal gasket in there. So be sure that you take it out. So I just did a quick and dirty coloring. It doesn't matter if you go a little out of the lines, because this Wink of Stella, look at this, clear, only sparkly. So there you go. All right, that is it for today. This is the card that I'm sending. If you have any questions, be sure that you let me know and I will answer them as I can. If you see anything that you love, or you do want to take advantage of these bundles, be sure that you click on my store. If you don't have a website, or if you don't have a website, that's okay. I have a website. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would really like to be yours. Please do subscribe to the rest of my videos so you can see how to make some more fabulous things and learn some more fun and fancy tips. And otherwise, I will see you guys soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.